paint another head I got from Legion's Con. Picked this head up from Star Wars Geek Customs, and it's this neat wizard head. And it was meant to be on one of the taller, thinner bodies, but this one printed too big. There was two of them, so it's actually sized for a dwarf. So that well, that'd be fun. That's not something you see very often. I know he has pointy ears, so elf-like. I don't know what the political implications are about this, but this should be pretty fun to do. I have some good ideas what I think I'm going to do with this, so I'll prime him up and I'll be right back. Decided to go beyond just priming it this time, and I base coated a lot of the colors I was going to do. So, as you can see, his beard is very blue right now. We're not going to stay there. It's going to end up white. I went a bit too dark with his skin tone and his hat and everything I'm planning to do. So I'm going to dry brush the, well, not even dry brush necessarily. I'm going to do the beard in a lighter blue-gray I have right now before it eventually ends up white. Alright, I dry brushed his beard and I worked on his hat some more. Initially it was planning on giving me a yellow hat, but I got this kind of weird weathered light brown I quite liked. I was hoping the fabric texture would show through and sculpt better. Oddly, a couple areas that really stood out, like the back here, but other areas it just kind of got overwhelmed. I tried to wash it to bring that back out, but I wasn't really getting it, so I think it's just how it worked. But it doesn't look too bad. I'm happy enough with that. So I'm going back with just the brown rose color here, and touching up skin tone areas that are higher, and just cleaning up areas where they got messy when I was doing his beard. I've not mixed a new skin tone yet. This is just a nice upgrade from the darker one I had mixed there. And I'll do a lighter one to go over the higher areas after this. But this is just pretty much cleanup right now. And then we'll go and actually do some decent work on his skin tone. And I'll probably end up doing some washes of the face anyhow. So if it looks a bit too bright for his cheeks, that's fine. We'll come back in and fix those up later. Alright, got him all cleaned up, and now I am going to lighten some areas a bit. I mixed brown with the brown rose there to touch up the areas that were like that before. So this is a lighter mix of that, where I'm just going to go in his cheeks and stuff just tiny bit. I'll smooth this out a bit, like his nose. There, and then up here in his brow. nose, so I might come down and make his nose more red. I'm not sure what I'm feeling yet. We'll see how this looks when it's lightened up. I have a paint off. I'll come back to these areas where I put the paint down initially. Kind of hit that a bit more. Smooth that out. That area came on a tiny bit top, so let's get some water in there. Try to smooth that out a bit. There we go. Wipe the brush off. But again, we can kind of work it in a bit better. I'll probably do another highlight layer over top of this. And then I may do a slight wash just to bring some of the lines out a bit more. Probably in blue. Go and get the tips of his ear, get that area of his ear that would be highlight right here. That. His ear a little bit. And he has an earring on this ear that I'm going to come in with a metallic paint in the end and hit. Very light stuff here. Alright, we'll let him dry and then I'll come back in and do another highlight layer on it. Okay, I mixed some flat flesh into the brown rose mix I had before to be the highlight shade. Wipe off a lot off my brush here, don't want very much. And just going in very lightly now. Normally when I paint like a wizard or something, I tend to give them like dark bags under their eyes, but I'm not sure if I'm feeling that for this guy here. He's done! I actually had some problems when I was sealing him, and I had to repaint the hat for part of it because it kind of dried very oddly. But I'm fairly happy with how he turned out. I stuck him on a dwarf I had nearby, and it popped it off. Oh no. But got him done. He's all sealed up, and thanks for watching.